I'm Nan Simonson. I am the author of Aging Powerfully. I am a whole food, plant exclusive lifestyle, medical, health, and lifestyle coach. And my book is about aging with power, but just as importantly, understanding that these chronic diseases we see all around us, based on the American lifestyle and sad standard American diet, need not happen if we adopt some lifestyle as medicine modalities. It's a good read. And today I am honoring Dreena Burton and one of her recipes that I made, gosh, a year or so ago, and I'm excited to be making again because it's in the cookbook that I held up, Dreena's Kind Kitchen. And it's zucchini fritters that are different than a lot of what you see out there, because I just shredded 3 cups of zucchini, and I just used a box grater. They went pretty fast. And I weighed them just to see, and it's about 1¼ pounds of zucchini. And I'm not salting and squeezing the way most of the recipes that have fritters require. Instead, I'm adding these ingredients. First of all, I have, before I put in, no, actually I'll put in the flour first. I'm putting in, I'm taking that back because that was 1 cup of chickpea flour. She usually finds that 3/4 of a cup will do it. So we mix this into the wet zucchini. I just, by wet, I mean zucchini sort of bleeds. I'm mixing the zucchini with the flour, some salt, some dill seed. Let me show you dill seed. It's not dill weed, and don't substitute with dill weed. It won't be the same. Instead, use cumin or fennel to flavor it. But dill, the dill seed is lovely. She uses it in other recipes, and it's really quite nice. I have 3 to 4 tablespoons of my chives that I went outside and cut. Here are some chives. You can use green onion, but if you grow chives, chives are even milder than green onion. It's like there's onion, and then there's red onion, and then there's leek, and then there's green onion. Some people call that spring onion. And an easy way to chop these is chop them, and keep lining them up. And then just with your chef's knife, just cut them into little rings. And it's easy enough to do. And it's a lovely, mild flavor, milder than spring onions, green onions, milder than shallot, milder than conventional onion. Okay. And then I'm adding some mustard. And this is Dijon Mustard. I'm going to get that out of there with this little spoon. But it's the Dijon that has the seeds in it. I really like this. I like the look of it. This happens to be Trader Joe's brand whole grain Dijon. And I'm adding tahini, to which I added lemon juice, and I'm stirring them together because they'll blend better when I put them in there. Okay. I'm going to mix all of this, and I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes. See, right now it's rather stiff and dry. I won't know if I'm going to use any more of this for a little while. But this garbanzo bean flour, chickpea flour, garbanzo bean, is very high in protein. It's nutritious. It's high in fiber. And so we're making a vegetable dish, a vegetable / protein dish. And this is it. When this is ready, I'm going to let it sit 20 minutes. I'll come back and cook some. When this is ready to serve, well, I'll show you. I'll show you. If it's not while the video is running, I'll show you the fritters plated. But this recipe is in Dreena's Kind Kitchen Cookbook. I just happened to have gotten it quite a long time ago and made them and remember how much we really like them. Yes, see now it's all loosening up a little bit. I don't have to use egg. I wouldn't because I'm whole food plant-based. Some use flaxseed because flax, 1 tablespoon with 2.5 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of water gives you something like a sort of the binding of an egg. But with the garbanzo flour, you don't have to do that. And when you taste garbanzo flour, like if I did this and tasted it, I'm not going to because I know better, it's not nice. It has such an earthy, almost a bit of a bitterness. Don't let that be off-putting. Just make it, and you'll be surprised at how good these are. Well, I'll get back to you in just a bit, and we'll see how they turn out. You can probably tell this is, well, you don't know it's another day. It's just another outfit. No, this is another day, and I'm back. So what happened? Well, I got so busy after filming the first part that I was ready to make our meal and just rushed through it and didn't do the video. So this time, because we loved the fritters of Dreena Burton's, and the recipe is in her Kind Kitchen book, that I'm making another batch. This time though, I doubled the recipe. If I'm going to have it, I want a lot of it. We have someone coming for dinner tonight, and last time I had them in the refrigerator. I would put them in the microwave 15 seconds, 20 seconds. I could have put them on a hot pan, and I loved the results. So I fiddled with the recipe a little this time, and I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm putting on a spray of avocado oil that can take high heat and wiping it right off, because I found that sometimes the surfaces that are supposed to be, and I've got that at about 375, that are supposed to be stick-free, sometimes it doesn't work that way. So, and I'm doing this, I could have done it in a pan, a skillet, my scan pan, which is what I was going to do, what I did last time actually, but I'm doing it differently this time because I want to be able to get all of this made quickly. So these take about 5 minutes per side. And as I said, I fiddled a little with the recipe, and you will know what I thought by whatever is on the recipe. And I will say, on the recipe, I'll note anything that I did differently from Dreena's initial recipe. And you know what? When you fiddle with somebody's recipe, it doesn't mean you didn't like it. It means you're either a fiddler and can't help yourself. That's kind of what I do. Or you have certain things that you particularly like in a recipe. And in your food, actually. And you decided to move on from the original. It's always fun to do the original and then play with your own and see what you like more. So I can get, now you're probably wondering, gosh, Nan, what is that? It's a this implement. I can kind of slide that over. It's a non-stick surface. A lot of these are made with the titanium ceramic, which is a safe non-stick surface. And I'm doing it at 375. This is a Presto griddle. It's made for even things like meats and things that would drip. No, thank you. No meats in this family. And 5 minutes each side, actually 3 to 5 minutes. But what I found last time is that maybe I made them thicker than I am now, but that the inside was a little soft at anything under, oh, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. So rather than heating it so fast that they get very brown and then I fear leaving them on longer, I am going now with making sure the insides are done. What do I love about this recipe? I did what I always do. Decide I'm gonna do fritters, or maybe I came across this, and then I'll look at, and I always put in the same thing, best vegan, whatever, best vegan zucchini fritters. And I'll look at 3 or 4 recipes to see what other people, what tends to be popular in terms of ingredients. And quite often, because I know what I like, I do enough cooking to know what combinations of foods or seasonings please me, I'll make something up. This time I decided to go with her originally. And don't these look beautiful? And what I liked about this that I saw that I didn't see in others was that, for one thing, I didn't have to squeeze out the water from the zucchini. It's nice to have a lot of moisture in your food, and these have the moisture of the original zucchini. I doubled the recipe. The initial was 3 cups of shredded zucchini. This time I did it on my food processor shredder so that I could do it quickly. I ended up with a hefty 6 cups of zucchini. And you put the flour in it, let it sit for 20 minutes to kind of thicken and then settle. And at first it's very floury, and I'll remind you again, don't think, oh, I think I'll taste it and see what I think. You won't even make the recipe if you taste it, because first of all, you don't really want to eat raw legumes, and garbanzo beans, chickpeas, this is chickpea flour, is a legume. Don't do that. So instead, just trust, and you just have to wait until it's done to taste. You don't want to taste it raw. Instead, we had the shredded, this was so easy. Shredded zucchini, boom, boom, boom. A lot of us are going to be getting zucchini in our gardens pretty soon. I was going to say, am I getting it at the farm store? No, it's not ready yet, but we will be pretty soon, or your gardens. And so you shred the zucchini, you add the flour and the lemon and tahini. I added a couple of seasonings to it and something else. And again, I'll let you know what I think. Or if I don't put it on, you'll know I didn't think much of it. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I did. I added some onion granules, some garlic granules to really heft up the flavor, although I used this time not only the chives, but also nicely sliced, diced green onions. I wanted, boom, flavor. And then I added to it more flour, because I found that it just got too wet. And then I added to it some baking soda and baking powder. That's what I'm interested to see what I think of. So these are finished. I want to make sure they're cooked on the inside, and yes, they're finished. All right. So what I'm going to do tonight probably is throw them for like seconds on a griddle to heat up tonight instead of putting them on in the microwave, because I'm serving a soup, some of my Nan's favorite carrot salad. You can find that on nansimonson.com. I just love it. Carrots, raisins, coconut. I use my soy, or what did I do for the, no, I used vegan A's, which is really odd for me to do, but I had some in the refrigerator, and the original for this recipe that I'm talking about used mayonnaise, and the vegan A's, unfortunately, is similar in that there's some oil in that. But anyway, carrot salad with carrots, pineapple, coconut, a little bit of the vegan A's, and it was just like a spoon and a half of it, and some walnuts, and it's did I say shredded coconut? It's just delicious. So we'll have that, and then the I'm not going to keep you through the second batch. I'm just talking while I'm finishing this. Soup, the fritters, which will be terrific, carrot salad, and that'll be a lovely meal. And again, whole food, plant-based, full of nutrition, full of color. Our bodies will sing. And this recipe, as I said, any way you do it, super, super simple, because you just add the seasonings to the zucchini as it is and take it away. Maybe my zucchini is extra moist. I just get it at Trader Joe's or at the farm store when they're growing it. And I found last time I made it with the 3 cups of shredded zucchini and the 1 cup of chickpea flour, after that 20 minutes of letting it sit, it was just too wet. And so this time I added more flour, and again, I'll note all of that, and the leavening. Okay, well, I hope you got something out of this. Nan Simonson, Aging Powerfully. Consider getting my book. It's a good one. It's a good read, and tells a bit of my story, but also the most important part, powerfully. Let's live and age with power, and we can do that with good lifestyle choices, all of which are evidence-based. And then thank you, Dreena Burton, Kind Kitchen. And when you go to Amazon to look at Dreena Burton and this book, and this is a wonderful vegan, whole food, plant-based, and I believe she's almost, if not completely, SOS-free, salt, oil, sugar-free. You'll see that she has many books. She's just terrific. And I want to thank you. I wanted to show you something. This may be because of the leavening I put in it, but I see these bubbles the way I would on pancakes. I'm turning them over, and then I decided to come back to you one more time, and I'll show you the plated serving of the fritters, because I'm going to be serving them with my vegan sour cream, and you can find that at nansimonson.com. Easy to make and absolutely delicious. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back one last time. This is the finished dish. Keep in mind, and this is fresh basil, keep in mind that these are a great source of protein, because chickpea flour is one of our highest protein, because it's legume flour. And so you have a complete meal here. I've added a little bit of color with the raisin and carrot salad, and then the sour cream that I love. It's not quite sour cream. It's simply made out of silken tofu with some seasonings and lemon juice. Makes a really bright spark of flavor in anything. Again, you'll find that at nansimonson.com under vegan sour cream. And again, enjoy. Bye.